Well, good morning and welcome. I'm Louise, and this morning my little slot from just about 9:10 for the next 30 minutes or so is just to explain to you what is actually happening and why we're doing what we're doing. And I am going to be introducing these two wonderful catalogues which come from Stamping Up. We have the January Mini, which runs, as you can see, from January through to the end of April, and it's full of all sorts of wonderful goodies. We also have this thing here called Celebration, and some of you may have heard this word, wondering what it's all about. And it is as what it says, it's a true sale. For any item that you purchase from our mini catalogue, our annual catalogue, online exclusives, or from the kits, as long as your order reaches a total of £55, one of these wonderful items in this lovely catalogue will come to you as an absolutely free extra. Who doesn't like getting free things? So I thought I'd take this first half an hour to share some of the lovely things that are in here. We'll come back to the catalogue later, but first of all, today I'm going to show you this kit here. It's called the Rainbow Celebration Kit. It's a really fun kit that makes cards, 2 of each 3 designs, so you get enough to make 6 cards. There's no stamping involved, it's all sticking, so you would need a little bit of glue, and everything is there, die cut, ready to go. Now, I thought that's fine. They're really nice cards. They say, cheers, happy birthday, yay, it's your day. Hooray, it's all about you. You can do them in all 4 languages. So if you know people in Europe, in France, Germany or Holland, they're a really nice kit too. However, I decided to think a little bit outside the box because 1 or 2 of you may know I absolutely love scrapbooking. And Stamping Up, I've also started to do a lot of this. So I took 2 of the cards and I created this double page layout like so, and I've used Pretty Peacock cardstock, and I have then used either one card I cut in half, and the other card I used across the page. The other stamp set I've used with it is one of the new ones, which I absolutely love, which is called With You in Mind. I love the font. I love all of the little images. I think it's a really complimentary stamp set. So without further ado, I just wanted to show you how easy it was to create something like this from one of the cards. And I'm going to bring in some of the pieces. So when it comes as a kit, just like all of our kits, you get a whole raft of instructions like so. You get all these wonderful pieces that you can pop out. You get the envelopes. I'm going to do something interesting with one of those in a moment. And then there's some more of the words. Lots and lots and lots of pieces where I've been cutting. Now today, I think I'm going to do one on Calypso Coral. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is our card stock. This is ordinary Stamping Up. It's not the 2-tone. Ordinary Stamping Up 12-inch card in Calypso Coral. Yet again, coordinating with everything that I wanted to do. I'm going to grab a trimmer. Only I can't see one. I'll have to turn around the other way. I know. I don't know my trimmer. Just a moment. The trimmer has got. Oh, there's the trimmer. The trimmer is hidden underneath the other celebration stuff. Right. And what I always do when I'm doing a card layout, the first thing I do is to take off just 1/2 inch from 2 sides. So basically I'm making it from a 12-inch square to 11.5 inches. I do my scrapbook layouts in inches, ladies and gentlemen. It just makes my life easier. So you've got 2 little bits there straight away that in a moment I'll show you how to use. We won't do both pages because I'll be here all night, but so you give yourself a nice big area to work on. And I'm going to bring in one of the cards, and this one is very pink, or the other one is, let's see which one looks better. I think we'll go for the lime green card. Now, very similarly to this one, I tend to keep my layouts relatively simple. I'm going to, this time though, I'm going to pop the cards at the bottom. Now what I do is I just have a little look and a play to see what other pieces I've got. And I'm going to use some of the spotty rainbow because I think this is really pretty. These just pop out like so. Pop that over there. That's going to go on there in a moment. Let's have a see. What have we got in here? Not feeling French or German today, I'm afraid, ladies, if you're watching from elsewhere. I am going to use one of the clouds that comes with the set. You could coordinate this with all sorts of other ones as well. There's a, what do we have? We'll have the hooray. But I did say I'm going to play, see if I can actually use the envelopes, because one of the lovely things about scrapbooking is you say scrapbooking, it's actually memory keeping. Now these envelopes, I'm hoping you can see, are really quite pretty. They've got the clouds on the back. So if you were able to work out, which I'm going to do and show you how, I'm going to work out how to pop that down like so. I'll glue my flap down like that, but it means I've got a pocket. So if you were collecting some pictures or receipts of somewhere that you've been for a special day, I'm just working out how it's going to fit on the paper because I don't like that right now. Now, the other thing I like to do, I'll just lift this out, is to show you where the stamps come in. So I've got these stamps here, these strips here that you saw me cut off. And what I do is I bring in the corresponding ink. This is Calypso Coral. I bring in a stamp from that box. I think we used the flower this. I think we'll use this star this morning, and I just will use my star, same colour, ink on ink, and just add my own pattern. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing to the strip. And I'm just decorating, and in a moment I will be able to incorporate this starry strip onto my design. I'll just do the other one. Do love my glass mat. If you haven't got one, I do recommend you purchase one. I do have to remember to clean it. Not one of my fortes. Obviously you can do this with any stamp. You can do it with a word. It looks nice if you do it with strips of words. And just like so, pop that glue out of the way. And then the other thing I need to do is to bring in a actually I'm just going to bring in, so what we're going to do is stop waffling. We'll pop those out of the way. We are going to do what I did on the other card first of all, which is snip this literally up the fold. Hopefully you can see me doing that like so. That gives me a bit more space. I'm going to put my envelope at the bottom. I'm going to find some glue, which is in my glue pot. I'm so well organised. I've done fatal. I don't know if anybody else does this. I tidy up. and then I can't find anything at all. I'm just going to use, be careful with this, it's a new glue and it's a very happy glue. So I'm gluing the flap of my envelope, if you can see, back on itself, like so. Okay. And that's obviously again going to create a pocket, like so, that I can then use. And I'm going to pop that down there. I'm just playing with layout now. I'm going to use some of these strips that I've just added the colour to, like so. I'm just thinking aloud, really. I've got this one here. I've got a bright green piece here. And it just suddenly will come together. And the only other piece I haven't cut, and I'm just going to move all this here, is you then need to bring in one of the other colours, and I think we're going to use this piece here, which is Summer Splash. And what I tend to do is I'm going to cut a piece for a photograph at the top, which will eventually be 3 by 5 inches. So this one will be 3.5 inches. This is going to be a matte layer. So it's 3.5 inches by 5.5. Okay, put these little bits to the side because I'm sure at some point in the future I will use them. I'm then going to need another layer, which is going to be 5.25. And I just absolutely love, one of the things, the best things I like about Stampin' Up is everything coordinates. So it knows whatever I'm doing, it will work. And then, oh, can't pick it up. And then this piece will go onto here. Can you see what I've done? Hopefully I've created a mat. And now it's beginning to look, that's where my photograph's going to go. Maybe you went to a restaurant for your birthday meal. You've got somewhere you're going to be able to pop your receipts, or the menu can go into there. So let's start building this page. First of all, literally going to glue this mat to there. So this was really about the fact that you could place an order for £55 or more in our catalogue and receive one of these kits in the post free. And actually there is enough to either make perfectly acceptable 6 cards, or you can actually use with a bit of extra stash and create your own 3 double page layouts, which I thought was phenomenal. I think that's a really good deal. Now, the one thing I will tell you as a tip, I'm going to overlap that there. Now, obviously, I haven't chosen my photograph to go in there yet. So what I do, if you use dimensionals to stick this piece on, or let me just put some glue on the back of the rainbow. You will need the glue. Now, for any of you watching this morning thinking, I do fancy getting some of this, what a word of encouragement. Moving forward, Stampin' Up's new policy is all customers need to purchase their own items. And by doing so, you will need your own online account. And later on today, I will just briefly explain how that works. It's very easy. It's just like setting up one with Ocado, Marks and Spencer's, Morrison's, Asda, anybody. What I was going to say was I then use, this is a tip, I use dimensionals to hold up this rainbow, give a little bit of lift, but I also am very careful and canny about where I place them. Just drop something on the floor. I'm sure it'll be vitally important. Take my little bits off. I haven't got anything on this corner. Can you see that? So here, I'm going to overlay it onto my photo. There is one there, so let's just move that one in a bit. We can very quickly get more. What I'm meaning is if I put that there, can you see? Then actually, once it's stuck down, let's try and get that straight this morning. once it's stuck down, my photograph, let me find a piece of card so I can show you what I'm talking about. Piece of card would still fit into there. You could still glue your photograph on. Okay. And I'm going to then use dimensionals again on this little hooray. I have made a mistake this morning. It is only 9 o'clock and I'm not really awake. I needed a different stamp set and I don't know where it is. So I'll show you later on. If you visit my Facebook page, you'll see the completed projects. And again, I'm going to do the same here. So the hooray is going across the corner, but you can still poke your tuck, is probably a more professional word, tuck your photo in there to stick onto that one. I'm then going to get a pair of snips. Everything seems to have vanished this morning. I did have a pair of snips. I have lots of pairs of snips. There's a pair of snips, not the snips I wanted. And I'm just going to, heaven only knows I've lost my scissors. Spin that way. Not my original ones, but these will do nicely. I'm just going to snip it at an angle, like so, just because I think it looks more interesting. And I'm going to do the same here. And I've now got the other half to pop onto there. I have got the clouds, that's what went down, so I'll poke out another piece of the cloud. Exactly how not to do it, like. And then I've got some other little pieces. I don't think I want any more pink on here. I have got some other pieces. This is the lemon lime. And I think we've got space here. I will create another little space for a card, for a photograph on this corner by gluing my piece of card. This will be a 3-inch square eventually. One tip I learned recently was if you're not sure about your photographs and you haven't got the ideal one, try not to make a page with photographs in mind unless you know you're definitely celebrating a baby's first birthday or a very special Christmas or something like that. Or when you order your photographs, I use free prints off my phone. Order them in black and white, because then of course you can use any colour scheme around your scrapbook page and it genuinely won't matter. So there we go. And I'm going to pop that one on there like so. I have lost my clouds, so I'm going to find those in a moment. I've also got some more words that I can't see. And I'm going to bring in, so that's the general idea. And what I will do, I have a Facebook page, Louise Colourful Crafts. I will finish this completely and put the finished product upon there because I want to show you just 1 or 2 more products from the Celebration range that I've really enjoyed. So that's my beginning of a scrapbook page using the kit from the Celebration, and I hope you've really enjoyed watching that today. I'm just going to tidy myself a little heap and pop it back over here. And yeah, the next thing I wanted to share with you, let me lift this one out of the way, is also from the Celebration catalogue. And if I flick through, you can see it's on this page here, and I think these are so much fun. These are the Fruit Salad Designer Series paper. They come in 6-inch sizes and they are amazing. And I've managed to lose, I haven't, can't possibly lose anything in there. There we go. Right. You get 48 sheets, so there's plenty to share with a friend. And what I like about them is there's the apples. And if I turn it over, as always, it's double-sided. That's an apple. The orange one is oranges on that side. Bananas. A mixed fruit salad. Pomegranates. Pears. And if anybody is watching and wants to comment, if anybody comments on these papers, who knows, they might just find something in the post to say a little thank you for taking part this morning. Kiwis. This is one of my favourites. Watermelons. And look at the other side. There's the skin. And then you've got pineapples. Or pineapples. Melons. Cantaloupe melons. And finally, oranges. I think they're really great fun. Now, I was going to do all sorts of things, but life gets in the way. Things fall flu and other things come along. But what I have managed to do is to use that same stamp set, the With You in Mind. And I've just made, to share with you, 3 really very simple cards. I've used Daffodil Delight cardstock here, cut the piece of paper, turned it over, used the back as a strip. Happy birthday. That's just very, very simple. Thank you card. I just love the paper. And best wishes. And then the one thing I really couldn't not share with you this morning, I couldn't wait. I opened up this Celebration catalogue. It does this to you after a while when you've had these catalogues. I opened him up and here, friendly seagulls. In my opinion, there ain't anything friendly about a seagull. I've been pecked on the head in the middle of the sea of Scarborough. So there isn't anything friendly about them. But there it is. You can use the letters. You can do all sorts of things with them. And I'll just very briefly this morning show you my card that I made that says, I love you more than chips. And that was very simply just stamped, coloured with the blends and popped along. And what I will do when I do the description for this YouTube, I will put in a link to the seagulls. And if anybody wants to know how I made this card, there'll be a link to my tutorial. But I'd just like to say thank you ever so much for sharing this with me today. I'm going to stop now at 9:30. We're going to stop, have a drink, have a breather, and we will be back at 10 o'clock. And I'll just give a bit of a teaser because Caroline is going to introduce you to the Wildflower Birthday Suite, which is out of the main mini catalogue. I'll find it for you. I won't because my brain has died. Just a moment. Caroline is going to introduce you, I believe, if I've got it right, to this amazing Wildflower Birthday, which has stamps, numbers, gems, amazing paper with a surprise. It can be bought as a collection. And again, we'll put the links into the descriptions as to how you can have these directly to your door. It truly is simple to set yourself up as a customer. And while I'm talking about it, if anybody does set themselves up as a customer, either for myself, for Caroline or for Elizabeth, we'll be sending out a little thank you, but I'll explain a little bit more about that later. So I'm looking forward to seeing, oh, there's something I've already created. What you see, you can use them to do birthday toppers, but we'll be back at 10 o'clock to do your next live 10 o'clock Lou's Colourful Crafts. I do hope you've enjoyed sharing this with us this morning.